Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. Out in my garden today and doing a little watering, and I thought I'd show you guys sort of how the old timers watered their fruit trees. And watering fruit trees is something that you don't hear a lot of people talk about, but the old timers did do it. At the end of the day, they would grab a pail and fill it full of water, and they would go water their apple, pear, apricot trees, whatever they had. But they had a really specific way that they did it, and I've never seen anybody talk about this, so I thought I would mention it and do a little video on it here for you guys. What they would do is they would take a bucket that had the bottom cut out of it or the bottom rusted out of it. A lot of times they would do this with the old galvanized pails where the bottom would rust out. They would repurpose those, and they would take a shovel and they would dig a small hole beside the trunk, and if it was a particularly large tree, they do it beside the trunk and a couple of places along the drip line, and they would make a little well like I got right back there. They would take out a couple of scoops of ground, and they would take that pail with no bottom in it, and they would put that in to the ground right beside the trunk or at the drip line, or sometimes both. And then they would take their pail of water and they would dump that into that little well that they created so that water could soak down into the roots. Because if you try to water a fruit tree by the trunk, the water will just run off the surface and it won't penetrate down to the roots. And that's how the old timers got around that. And there were several different small farm orchards where I seen little buckets or pails put into the ground like this. Now, if the pail was particularly deep, like almost like a 5-gallon pail, the old timers would put a stone down in the bottom of it in case an animal fell into it so they could jump back out again. So the old timers were always thinking with techniques like this, but that's how they would water their fruit trees. And in particularly dry years like what we have here, they would water their fruit trees. They wouldn't skimp on the fruit and by just letting the rain take care of it in the dry years. They would go out and water, and they would typically water in the morning and the evening like most people do. But I just wanted to share this little technique with you guys here of the little well pail fruit tree watering. But anyway, this is Modern Refugee. I appreciate all my subscribers out there. Hope you guys got a little information and a little entertainment, another tip out of this video here, and you guys have a good one.